Okay, so we are here for the project-based question. Okay, as this is a part of a project only. So let's start it. Okay, so the first one question is what is the scope of the project and why did you choose the same? As this project is a fully featured investment portfolio tracker and built using a Firebase, Firestore, and the CoinGecko API, and it enables a user to manage their assets and track live assets, and also analyze the performance using a chart and export data. And I choose this because it reflects the real world use cases and involves a integrated front end logic with the APIs and a database and the authentication, covering all the major aspects of the modern full stack application. So I have made this project. Let's move on to the second. Most challenging technical problem you have encountered in the project and how you have resolved it? Yes, okay. So one of the biggest challenge was implementing the real-time auto suggestion using the CoinGecko API without causing a performance issue, and I optimized it by debouncing and the input and catching, resulting to avoid excessive API calls. What was the specific technology did you use and why did you choose them? Okay, so I have used the technology R Firebase or for a simplify user authentication. Secondly, Firestore. It is a real-time database for perfect and the dynamic asset management. Third thing I have used is chart.js. Clean and it help in the interactive and the clean chart. Okay. And fourth I have used is the CoinGecko API for the accurate and the live crypto stock price tracking. And I have also used a Vanilla JS and the Java CSS to gain the full control over the front-end UI and the logic. This is a choice provided scalable and the real-time and the cost-effective tech stack. And let's move on to the fourth question. Uh, Performance issue and the solution. Okay, yes, initially the frequent CoinGecko API calls were showing the UI. I resolved it by catching result and limiting a suggestion with a debounce strategy, and also optimize a chart rendering by reusing a chart instance. Okay. And we move on to fifth question, critical decision and its impact. Okay. So choosing not to use a framework like React and the Bootstrap was a critical. It meant more effort but gave a full control over the style. Performance and the responsiveness resulting in a lightweight and the fast and the custom UI. Let's move on to the sixth, version control and the collaborations. So we have used a Git for a version control. Each feature was built on the separate branches and merged after review. I manage a committed with a meaningful message to ensure that the easy tracking and the rollback. Okay. And seventh question is trade-offs and prioritization. As I had choose this between a multiple new features versus a polishing existing ones. I prioritize the user experience, responsiveness, and the performance over adding more features to keep the app stable and the polished. And now the eighth question, feedback and the implementation. One of the major feedback was included dark mode persistence and a toast notification. I implemented into a local storage based on the dark mode toggle and add a custom toast message for all the major sections. Okay, as we are using with the help of the alert, so we have converted the alert message to the toast notifications. So ninth, if we starting over, what would you have differently? So I probably use a front end framework like modularizing the code base for a betterment of for a long-term scalability, and also considered the setting a backend with a express for a even better control for a API handling. Okay. Let's move on to the design and the architecture questions. Okay, so first one is project architecture and the reasoning. Okay, this app is divided into authentication means a Firebase auth database, Firebase Firestore for a user data and the user asset data. And third thing is client side HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And third party APIs is a CoinGecko. This is a separation ensure the modularity and the scalability and the ease of a debugging. And secondly, we can talk about the second question, scalability and the security. Firestore handles a real-time updates and the scalable automatically with a user base. And the security used by the Firebase auth and the Firestore security rules to restrict our data access on a user role. Third thing, collaboration and the conflict and resolution. We collaborated using a GitHub and resolve our disagreement by holding a quick screen meeting, discussing the pros and cons of a different approaches like a UI handling via model, via page navigation, and voting on a decisions. And fourth, the feedback incorporation during the internal reviews, the suggestions like adding a timestamp for the each asset and CSV export were made, and I implemented both to improve a user utility. Okay, so these are the some questions based on my project. Okay, so I have answered it. Okay, so thank you for watching this. Okay.